Overcut that 10 a little bit. It looked a little. All right, looks like we're getting started here. This is a third place match. Not sure if PANCHO won the lag or if TODD just gave him the first break. I know TODD oftentimes will just give up the first break, start the match like that, so I'm not sure. Either way, PANCHO's breaking first. Third place match. TODD played super strong yesterday. Ended up losing the hot seat match to Sunny Red Thunder. So Sunny's sitting in the hot seat waiting for an opponent. One of these guys will play Sunny in the finals. It's race to 5. 10 ball BCA rules. 10 on the break doesn't count as a win. But 3 fouls in effect. Early 10s do count as long as they're called. Push outs are an option. I don't think he's going to push out here. He's just going to try to 2-rail kick this in and play shape to the 2. They did lag. Thanks, Rodney. Appreciate you telling me. Didn't hit it good. Might have hit it a little too much speed, trying to force shape up table. He's not going to like his next shot, though, because TODD's very quick to just maintain table control and play a safety here. So TODD executes his safety. PANCHO's going to be coming to the table. Well, you know, that's I'd like to have seen TODD do something a little more effort to get the 1 or the cue ball closer to the 3, because PANCHO jumps really good, so he has an option to make the 1 or carry him off and try to make the 4. But anytime you leave your opponent jumping, odds are in your favor. But PANCHO makes a good shot at it there. Missed it. Didn't really leave TODD in an offensive shot. So I'm most likely going to see another safety. This is one of those matches that could turn into a little bit longer of a match than the last one because TODD takes a little bit more time, plays a little more calculating when it comes to the safety side. Just as I say that, I believe he went for the early 10 there, so going completely against what I'm saying on playing more calculated and just I think he's seen an opportunity there to try to get the win and wanted to go for it. Can't fault him. Anytime you can get a rack and steal a rack away, especially against players of PANCHO's caliber, it's not necessarily something bad. But PANCHO's probably going to play a safety behind the 3 over here. Yeah. I'll kick this ball. He'll probably call the 1 in the side over here. Yeah, made a good contact. Left PANCHO in a funny spot. I honestly think TODD's best chances here, because PANCHO's just coming off of a match and winning the match, so he's going to be playing with some confidence. He's probably going to be a little more in stroke. I think TODD's best chances here, especially in the early going, would be to just maintain table control. Don't fire anything unnecessary. TODD's one of those guys that can get pretty frustrating to play sometimes because his table control game and his safety game can really keep you from getting in stroke. And I think that would probably be his best chances starting out here until he himself can get in stroke. But jumping away from that, PANCHO just made a really good shot on the 1. It wasn't easy. He's going to have to play a combo here. He's probably going to hit this super thin, but he missed it completely trying to hit it so thin. Another spot here. I don't know. After seeing that 110 Todd tried going for, I don't know if he's going to play safe or if he's going to go for the 210 here. I think he should play a safety. I think he should try to thin this too, play safe. See what he comes up with. Yep, that's what he did. Smart shot. So Todd Irving's journey started this tournament yesterday with a first round bye, and then he had a series of strong matches, close matches. He played a hill match against Troy Payne that he won. Pancho giving up ball in hand here. Good kick shot, pocketed the 4 with cue ball caromed off and scratched. So yeah, Todd won a hill match against Troy Payne. Then he won a hill match against Benji Grow. And then he beat Paul Granillo 7-5 to be able to play Sonny in the hot seat. He lost to Sonny in the hot seat, and that's what's putting him here on the B side in the third place match. I think Todd should play this 2-ball one of two ways. I would probably cue ball here. I would play the 2 down here, and I would follow forward and bump the 9. You don't even have to hit it hard, but to separate the 9-10, the 3 is sitting in a super easy spot. So you separate the 9-10 there, you have the 3, which is natural, and then everything would be opened up from there. Even though I normally don't like to run into balls, sometimes it might be a little necessary just for getting out. But he chose not to. He's going to try to get out here. I don't know how easy that 9-10 combo is going to be, so he may have to move those using the 8-ball or play short side shape like over here for the 9. I know I'm thinking super far ahead, but Todd plays pretty good, and I favor him getting to that spot. So he's got to figure that out. Curious to see what he's going to go with here, whether he's going to try to play short side shape or whether he's going to run into that. He gave himself a chance at either one. See what he does here. What a great shot. What a great shot. He didn't have to move those balls. I think his out would have been a lot easier if he had. But what do I know? He just got pretty perfect on the 9-ball here to get out and take a 1-0 lead. Nice shot. Nice out. Gonna be up 1-0. It's gonna be his break. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of his matches yesterday. I think him and I were both in matches at similar times. So I'm not sure how well he was breaking. We're gonna find out. There it is. Got the first game. Mark it up. All right, so this tournament is it's a money tournament. It's not a league thing. It's just a King of the Valley, basically Yakima Valley. Try to see who the best of the best are through this area. Last year was the first year. Pancho ended up winning that one. This is the second annual. Last year, first place paid not only cash, but is also a King of the Valley trophy, which Pancho got. This year, instead of a trophy, there will be a King of the Valley jacket with the design and everything on the back, as well as cash. And there was a side pot as well. Not all players got into the side pot, but the payout is basically looking like this. For the tournament money, fourth place, which was Nick Lopez, got $200. First place or third place, whoever loses this match here will finish in third and get 400. Second place gets 600. First place gets 800, and the side pot was winner take all, which is $475. So essentially, whoever wins this will pocket $1275 plus the jacket and um, an opportunity to have a year of um, bragging rights of winning the King of the Valley. For some, that's going to mean a lot. For others, they're not going to really care. They're just going to want the money. Pancho, I believe, played a safety there. Looked like he was trying to pocket the one. I'm not sure if the one went, but he played it almost like he was playing safe. But the one came over and got open, so it's given Todd an opportunity to play safe back here. Like I said, Todd's pretty crafty, plays a lot of good safeties and table control. And this is a really ugly table. I mean, when you've got, the 8-10 isn't necessarily the best, but when you've got this whole scenario over here going on, this isn't going to be a quick match or a quick game at all. Pancho has a good hit, gets safe, but unfortunately, that 6 went in. So it gave Todd the option, and Todd's going to give it right back. Can't blame him because he's coming right back into a jump. But I can tell you, playing Pancho last night, I played a safety on him, and he grabbed his jump cue, and a bunch of us were joking, and he was joking and talking about it because he ended up making multiple jump shots in a row because he made the jump, and the cue ball went into a bad spot. He made the jump, cue ball went into a bad spot. It just kept happening, and I finally joked with him at some point about just using the jump cue for the rest of the match. So we'll see. Sounds like Sonny Red Thunder is in the house, warming up, getting ready for his finals match. Yeah, it was a long jump. And it's really hard to keep the cue ball on the table and the object ball on the table jumping that long. So he went for the kick, trying to get a safety there. It's going to leave Todd another opportunity to play safe on him. Todd does. I don't know if he's going to get safe, and if he doesn't, this is definitely a ball that Pancho is going to jump in. But I think that 3-4, I don't know if that 4 ball goes in the side without punching it. I think it's even too far over to punch into the side, so still going to have a funny out here. Oh, Pancho missed the jump. I'm over here bragging about how good he was at jumping. And he's proving me wrong. But anytime you're making your opponent jump, odds are still going to be in your favor. But he didn't really leave Todd a whole lot. I mean, there's a tough bank shot here. Todd could always try to play some kind of safety back. It's in the 1 ball up table and get over to the side rail. He didn't get there, but this is what I'm talking about, how I can playing someone like Todd, who's really crafty and playing the table control game can get frustrating because every time you go up there, it just feels like you just don't have a good shot. But Pancho's pretty strong on the safety side of things and the table control side. So as long as he doesn't let it frustrate him, and usually he doesn't, but as long as he doesn't let it frustrate him, he's a gamer. He'll be in there playing the safeties and everything back and forth just like this. So that's why I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty long match. I didn't expect Todd to foul there. He kicks pretty good, so shot that one kind of fast. Todd usually takes a lot of time making sure his stroke's straight, making sure everything's good. Todd's one of those guys. He's been a strong shooter in his town for a long time. He has had to go through some adversity over the last, it's been quite a while, 8 to 10 years. Some medical issues he struggled with, and with that came some changes in his game. Slowing down a little bit, taking more time. takes a little bit more time to stroke the ball, working through some of the physical stuff. He's got to make sure he gets straight and accurate, but he still plays good. Still plays a lot too, so that's good. Because of this table being so funky, and because of these balls here being messed up, Poncho's going for this 110. Normally I don't like it, but this is a spot where it makes sense. And it's going to get him the game. So it's going to be 1-1. It's a great little shot there. Getting on the board. That's good. Yeah, it's never easy going for those earlies like that. It's typically not advised, but when you got a really funky table the way that was set up, there's not a whole lot of harm in going for it. Even if he doesn't make that, as long as it doesn't lay it up and leave some easy 110 or something for TODD, there's still going to be a lot of game to play. So that was a good opportunity to go for it, and he got the good result for it. Start to see some more people out there getting on, jumping on the stream. Let me know who's out there, who you're rooting for, if you played the tournament, how it was. If not, maybe next year. There's also, Rich just mentioned in the chat, the plaque. Completely forgot about it, but Rich had a plaque made up for the King of the Valley and the Queen of the Valley. There's also a Queen of the Valley for the women's side that last year was the first annual for that as well. It was won by Dora Valdez. She shot great. It was a long, grueling tournament, and she ended up getting that. So she was the reigning champion of the Queen of the Valley. Unfortunately, this year, whether it be scheduling conflicts or what the issues were, there wasn't enough people signed up to have a Queen of the Valley. So that didn't happen. But there is a plaque at the Dutch on the wall. It's can't really see because the sponsors in the top left here, but over in the top left in this area, there's a plaque. On one side it has a 10 ball, on the other side it has an 8 ball because the Queen of the Valley is 8 ball. And there's names on there for every year, and so far there's only one name for each, and that's Pancho and Dora. Pancho tried playing a safety there. He ended up leaving a 110 opportunity for TODD. So TODD's taking a 2-1 lead. And the break. So mentioning our sponsors, you see the sponsor banner in the background there. And you see them scrolling in the top left. So you've got EvoSports on the top left of that banner. You got ScreenFX for all of your screening, embroidering needs, all that. Obviously Budweiser, Bud Light, they're really good sponsors. They really help participate in the pool in this area. Volution Fitness, ACH, and Pacific Northwest Design and Fab. And then, of course, the Dutch, where all these tournaments and the EvoSports stream and everything is set up. They're really good at sponsoring pool in our area and trying to do things to bring more pool and more excitement to pool around this area. So it's pretty exciting. Thank the Dutch and Jim and the servers who are always awesome, trying to take care of everybody out there. And then last but not least, there is one additional sponsor that's not on the banner, Gary Bradley Trucking. They jumped on as a sponsor. There will be another banner made, have them added on there. But currently they're not on the banner, but you will see the name scrolling in the top left, Gary Bradley Trucking. There was a representative of that, I believe, one or two in this tournament. I know Devin played in this tournament and had a really good showing. Didn't run super deep, but he ended up beating, wow, Toppy a really great shot there and then come off and scratch. So that was pretty unfortunate, giving Pancho ball in hand here. And with this table, I'd expect Pancho to get out. It's a fairly straightforward layout here. But yeah, Devin, he played super strong. He ended up his first match, I believe, maybe his second match. It might have been Lee's first match, but Lee Puyette and Devin played on the A side. Lee's a strong player in this town, and Devin ended up beating Lee. That's a big notch in his cap for sure. Got to play strong to beat that guy, and Devin got the win there. And then he went on and played Pancho, lost to Pancho, but it was a good, well fought match. I believe it was tied 4-4 at one point. I don't remember the final score, but Pancho ended up putting Devin to the B side. So shout out to Devin. Good tournament. I know it's not necessarily maybe the result you wanted, but your showing was pretty strong. Pancho just understroked that a little bit. He was on path for what he was wanting to do, but understroked it. Pancho banks really good. I'm not sure the 7 passes the 10, but I would not be surprised if he goes for this bank. I would probably play a safety here. I'd probably try to put the 7 down to this end rail and have the cue ball come down in this area, but it's hard to tell. Like I said, he banks good, so sometimes if you're feeling it, that's what you want to do. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. Kind of left the 7 in front of the pocket. I'm not sure if this leaked. Oops, clear that. Not sure if this leaked out for TODD to pocket or not. It doesn't look like it. He might be able to hit it. Play safe back. I doubt he'll go for a, come off the side rail at it. He's either going to try to pocket it or play a safety and bank it back up table up this way and leave the cue ball off one rail and down here on this end. So we'll see. Yep, that's what he's trying to do. And he got there. He might have left Pancho this side of the 7. Hard to tell. If not, Pancho will be kicking. And this is what I'm talking about here, where TODD plays pretty crafty. He understands the importance of table control. So oh man, Pancho made a great shot there. He's gonna have a thin back cut on the 8 in the side. I doubt he'll go for the corner, just because going for the corner, he's got to manipulate the cue ball a lot more to make sure it doesn't just come back this direction or something funny. Cutting in the side, he can let the cue ball kind of come around table and get out here for the 9. Oh, and he cut it thick. One thing I'm noticing was super weird is like that shot right there. Pancho kind of, he didn't give it the best stroke. That's one of the things about him is he's got a really good stroke, really smooth and powerful stroke, and it was almost like he was trying to kill that cue ball around the table instead of stroking it in, and it's not normally like him. So I don't know if some of the table control stuff is kind of slowing him down and he's not stroking the ball like he normally does or what, but a little uncharacteristic there. I'd like to see. Wow, overcut that ball. That's not easy to do. Made a good attempt at it, but now this is where I don't want to jinx somebody, but this is where he should be out. But at the same time, after he pocketed that 7 last rack, I thought for sure he was out as well. So gonna leave himself on the backside, but pretty easy spot to just stun the cue ball over here. Kind of get into this spot and pocket this 10 ball. Just wants to smooth this. You don't want to just punch it. Yeah, just like that. Gonna tie it up 2-2 with the break. One thing I've noticed is whatever Pancho has changed from last match to this match on his break has helped, because I know that at least the first break was better, and I'm sure he'll keep adjusting and changing. A lot of it, especially on these tables, is speed of the break, power, how much power you put into it. As long as you hit the one ball full and crisp and you're hitting it good with a good stroke, it's all about the speed. One thing he'll be watching for, Pancho and I know this just because I do the same thing. He breaks from the center here. I typically break further back because I like to bridge off the rail. But Pancho will have cue ball in the center here, and he's aiming to hit this one ball full with like a stop shot, just like a stun, like just pound it here and let the cue ball drift back in this area. But this ball here, he wants to go into that side, and this ball here, he wants to go into that side. That's what he's watching for power, because if these balls hit before the side pocket, he's hitting the brake too hard, and if they hit past the side pocket, he's hitting it too soft. See? This one hit before it, this one pocketed and went in. Usually, if that's the case, he hit a little off center of the one to one side or the other, and because the cue ball came back to this side, that means he probably hit a little off center to the right of the one. But either way, that's what he's looking for, so he can adjust the power of his brake. And right here, he's going to play a safety. He's going to bank this one out here, and he's going to try to get the cue ball onto this 9. Just like that. Great shot. He wanted to be more on the 9 ball because right here, Todd's going to have a fairly easy one rail escape for.
Hey, Josh.
Something funky went on with the stream there. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, can you hear me, Josh?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had to reload it so it would trigger my microphone.
Oh. Welcome to the, I had to reload after you did that too. Let me see what my. Pretty good stroke on the ball here.
Yeah, this turned out to be a tight match.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you able to listen to anything I was saying, or were you just watching the match?
No, I have my phone on, and I was listening to it as well.
Yeah, I think, like I was saying, I think that table control portion, just slowing Pancho down so that he's not in full stroke is what is going to make this a lot tighter match and give Todd the best opportunity. I'm not saying anything bad about Todd. I mean, that's his game, that's his style, and I mean, quite honestly, everybody around here knows when it comes to firepower, as far as getting out, Pancho's one of the best, if not the best in this area. So that side of the game is what's going to benefit Todd the most, and that happens to be what he's best at too. So
yeah, and changing the pace of the game and everything is going to affect Pancho more than it's going to affect Todd.
Yeah, exactly. So Pancho tried to play a safety there. He called the 10 ball in case the 3 ball clipped it and went in, but he was trying to play safe there. He just didn't get it. He left Todd an opportunity here. So his table is actually not laying out bad. He's just got to come with a really good shot to start. He does. He wants to get off this rail.
Yeah, so he's got an option here with this angle. I mean, he can stun draw above the 6 to play the same pocket, or he can just roll forward and play the 6 up table, which might be the easier of the two, but, it's all preference.
For sure. Now you're trying to run into the 6 and move the 6 into a good spot, and he just missed the 5. And the reason he missed that 5 ball is because of how close the cue ball was to the rail.
Definitely.
Up.
Yep.
Yeah. He's having to jack up. His stroke was more limited. It's definitely easier to make that mistake. And when you're jacked up like that, you're essentially, no matter what you do, you're putting masse on the ball. So if you're not dead center when you're hitting it, you're masseing one way or another away from the ball, which makes it super easy to miss.
Yeah, anytime you elevate your cue, you're affecting accuracy.
Yeah.
And this is a good opportunity here to take the lead.
Yeah.
And as I say that, I apply the commentator's curse.
Yeah, there's some flies in the building. People were coming and going yesterday, and I seen Pancho waving his cue around.
Yeah, they were pretty much killed off, and then to this morning there was one in here that was being a pest, and I made sure to kill that one. And there might be one more. I don't know. I thought I saw one earlier, but I haven't seen one in a while.
But when I seen him waving his cue around, I'm assuming because those flies is weird, man. You get down to shoot and they're just buzzing around your tip and around the shaft. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, the one yesterday during the hot seat match, I think Todd was down on trying to shoot the 10 ball. And every time he went down, that fly would land on his hand.
Yeah.
Just like it knows.
Todd's in a good spot here. Just some low left and have this punch this ball off and down table down here for the 10, and he'll take the lead here.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to focus on pocketing this ball. Just like that. No, he came to the other side. Be smart and let your stroke out and not have to try to hold shape. Todd takes a 3-2 lead. Few uncharacteristic mistakes and misses by Pancho there. That last rack when he played that safety and left Todd that early 10 opportunity, that was a little uncharacteristic. And then this one here.
Yeah, rattling that 6 ball, that definitely cost him the game.
Yeah.
And that plaque you mentioned earlier is right on the wall, right behind the sponsor block there.
Yeah, I tried to draw a circle around it.
Yeah, if you know it's there, you can see it. But yeah, it's definitely right there on the wall. And we're going to add every champion's name to that. And from this year forward, there's a jacket included. And of course, the prize pool. Now, the side pot, that can typically either be winner take all or a 60-40 first and second place split, depending on the amounts. And when I looked at it this year, I mean, even though we had 19 players sign up for it, the total was 475. And I typically like to see a champion of this caliber tournament, pocket in the 1200 range, and the winner take all was the better route to make it 1275.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm definitely in favor of that, even though I didn't make it to the finals this year. I would prefer it be that way because if I do snap off this tournament, I want to get the most possible.
Yeah, definitely. And what's odd here is that Todd did not, of the remaining players, Todd's the only one that did not get in the side pot. So if he were to snap this off, whoever he would beat in the final would get the side pot money.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of that probably has to do with I don't think he didn't get in the side pot because of his shooting abilities or his play. I think it's probably more on the physical side of things. He's probably unsure of his stamina and stuff through a tournament like this.
Yeah, because he has played in them before where, he was coming in off a treatment and whatnot. And I heard you mention talking about his health experiences. He has dialysis a few times a week. So when he plays after that, he's not feeling the best, understandably so. And so maybe his stamina doesn't hold up and he just decides to back out the tournament and go home because that's what his body needs is some rest. Well, then, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yep.
Well, yeah, Todd's been around a long time. Been playing the pool around here for a long time. He's won numerous titles, the summer league and men's league and stuff like that. So he's no newbie to winning or pressure. So
yeah, and I mean, if you looked at it, I mean, right now, Pancho is a 658 Fargo, and Todd is like a 533, 534 Fargo.
Yeah.
But Todd's knowledge of the game and experience in the game is well above that. The only thing keeping him at that has just been his lack of play over the last so many years since he's been going through all the medical issues, or just some of what you were talking about of him not being able to finish out tournaments or finish out matches and stuff because of it. I know that there's been times in the past where him and I were mid-match in a tournament, and he just ends up forfeiting the rest of the match and has to go. So that's the only reason his Fargo's at that 533.
Yeah, and due to his the need for dialysis, he's limited on his travel to like Lincoln City and things like that, and so those have an effect because he used to go all the time, and then he does try because he does show up and play the weekly tournament more often than not, and I do submit those to Fargo, so he's constantly working on it. He's working with what he can do, and that's really all he can do.
Yeah, he's got a chance to get out here and get on the hill 4-2, which is big.
That would be very big. That adds a ton of pressure to PANCHO.
Yep. Yeah, that 6 ball in the last game was a huge ball for PANCHO to miss there. Shot kind of fast. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to make too many mistakes, but Todd's definitely capable of punishing you for that.
Yep.
Did you go forward on this, or did you just stun over?
I don't know. I'd probably just drift forward for it. Well, he came up short on his drift too.
Yes, I would still expect him to make this though.
Yeah, Rodney, the only match I really seen Todd play much of yesterday was the hot seat match, and he was struggling, and Sonny was shooting pretty good, so I wasn't sure, how he played in the rest of his matches, but as you can see here, obviously he played strong, and he's at the end, Yeah, him coming up short on that hurt because him stretched out like that's not easy, so that's a big one right there.
Yeah, those 50-yard line shots, they're not the easiest, and fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, for me, I leave myself that shot a lot. So every time it comes up, I feel pretty confident in making it. But it's because I have that shape like fairly regularly.
Yeah, you are definitely good at those shots. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's because you play such terrible shape, you never get down. I mean, literally, like we've had this conversation, the 10 ball can be right here or 9 ball, whatever, and 90% of the time you come up into this spot.
Yeah, I do.
And what's funny is 90% of the time I come up into this spot.
Yeah.
So I'm on the rail back cutting the damn thing, and you're in the center having to play that 50-yard line shot. It's like, man, you think one of us would get a clue to be able to play to the
what's funny is because I'm aware of that, I tell myself, use a little bit more English or whatever, but ultimately it works out the same for me. On that 50-yard line.
Yeah, you just force it into the same.
So, PANCHO getting that game could be the momentum changer he needed, because it's hugely different to be 3-3 and 4-2.
Oh, absolutely. I was kind of going over PANCHO's break here earlier. He's really got to get his break figured out if he wants to crush this break, but what's he going to get with the gun? You can see it. He can cut it or play safe.
Well, I think he'll cut it and go 2 rails out. I'm thinking of how I would do it. I would be coming like this into this area.
Yeah.
It's 2 to 3 is pretty basic, so.
Yeah, he's got to put a pretty smooth stroke on it, though, and not too hard, because with how thin he's cutting it, it's super easy to over-roll it down into this area, come down further, or trying to smooth it, it's easy to hit it too thick. It's super loud in there. It's easy to hit it too thick and hit it into the rail or something. So he's going to play safe. That's not going to work out. I was going to come up here and probably lock him down right behind the board.
Yeah, that'd be my guess too. bump the two out and put the cue ball almost in a similar position as in now.
Yep, pretty unfortunate spot, or unfortunate to make it there. He might actually be able to see this too.
Yeah. I don't think you can see enough to make it. I mean, maybe, but you can definitely see it to get the hit.
Had to take a little break there. Devin called me and wanted to know if I wanted to go to the tournament in Tri-Cities tonight, the 9-ball tournament. There is no 9-ball tournament in Tri-Cities on Sunday nights. It's Monday.
Yeah, he's a day ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty smart play. He wanted to get down, obviously, and get him hooked behind this 8-10, but he didn't really leave him much.
Yeah, there's not a makeable shot there.
Play safety back. Yeah, that's more what PANCHO was trying to do.
Yeah. Speaking of the tournament tomorrow night, well, I don't know, because I'm sure you still feel the same way I do. I'm a little frustrated by the table. Hey, I just saw a fly go by the camera.
Yeah, I told you. Flies.
Yeah, there's one here. I see him land out, so I have the fly swatter here. So.
Oh, good try. I see Sam Brooks in the chat saying what's up to you, Rich, and you're ignoring him.
Oh, I didn't see it. Pretty good. How you doing, Samuel?
Well, this is actually a pretty decent table here for Todd.
He ended up overrolling that a little bit. I don't know if his intention was to go for the early. It looks like that's what he's doing. He's going to play the carom into the 10.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was tough. You know, even if he was playing shape to play that, I think he overran shape for that anyway.
Yeah.
I think he should have abandoned that and just played a safety there or something.
Yeah, this could very easily cost him the game as everything is out there. So as long as PANCHO doesn't, well, I don't know if he's married to that and can't see it. Looks like he can. Oh, maybe he was partially blocked.
Sonny's lucky you retired, Samuel. Hey, Oliver, is that Ruben? Is that the cat's name? I can't remember.
I try to.
Oh, he overran it, gonna hook himself.
Yeah.
Man, he had a really good opportunity there. He's got a chance to kick this in, but
Yeah, you can tell they're both feeling some pressure on 3-3 and 5.
well, and the one thing I've noticed is Todd has picked up this pace of play, and you know how Todd plays. He typically takes a lot more time lining up a shot and lining up a stroke and everything else. So I don't know if that's frustration, if it's pressure, or what that is, you know.
Sports and PANCHO into a.
PANCHO's going to go for this bank. That surprises me. Typically, PANCHO would just thin the 5. It's in the cue ball backup table up here.
You know, but when you know a banking system.
Yeah, well, and he's been, so I was saying a little bit ago, he banks really good, too. He's been banking really good. He's going to have to try to get down to this guy. I was banking really good yesterday, like I was saying, with those soft banks.
Would you thin it that way? I would think you'd hit it with a little spin and maybe come this way. Oh, got the friendly bump there for sure. Well, I was thinking about it. So this is just to bring it back to about where it is and then call it good.
That's pretty smart. I mean, I was just talking a little bit ago about how he's he missed it.
Oh
He's
no!
doing something a little funky. He's not really stroking the ball like he normally does, and it's kind of punished him a few times.
I see Dan in the chat there. Yeah, I let him win a few games, and then he started strutting around the table. So I asked him, I said, "You ready?" And then I started sticking it in there. But I did teach him a banking system that he said he was going to teach you. So you have that to look forward to.
That's only like 5 more days.
I'm curious. We got a lot of people in watching the stream. I'm curious how many other people are actually out there watching that. I don't know. I don't know who's in there, but nobody's commenting. People might be watching them on their TVs and stuff.
That crossover.
Well, that's not the most ideal shape on the 9, but it's still an opportunity.
Yeah. He's got to play the 10, right?
Most likely, because the 9 doesn't go anywhere. So with only 2 balls on the table, safety is not optimal either. So go with the offensive move. So Oliver the cat is watching from work.
Rodney's watching multiple streams. Multiple. Yeah. That's going to cost him.
That it will. Hey, Will, how you doing, brother?
Bad boy.
Every day's a good day for pool.
Pancho's getting to the hill first. That's a big one, Todd had an opportunity to go up 4-2 when he come up short on that shape for the 10 and ended up missing that 10 ball. And then it, changed quickly. So now Pancho's on the hill first. So that one mistake, could cost him the match here. We'll see.
Yeah, Pancho's got a little breathing room now.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to take too much breathing room because if he makes mistakes, Todd's going to punish him for it. And you don't want it to go hill if you don't have to. That's for sure.
Well, John Gatley just texted me. He said he's watching also. How you doing, John?
John Gatley, haven't seen you for a while. Hope all is well. Another dry break. People have been struggling with the breaks today.
Could be because I cleaned the table this morning.
It's 37 cents.
Out for the push. Pretty good call there. Good move.
Todd's giving it back and force him into playing safe.
I'm surprised he gave that back because Todd's not afraid to play safety.
Yeah.
That's not a good one.
Although,
the 2 ball being in that crappy position kind of made Pancho just kind of shoot, but not really giving him much thought. Because I think I would have clipped it the other way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with where that 2 is if Todd went for a 10 ball or something here.
I think he just called that.
Kick the 110 or even play crossbank or something.
Yeah, I think it's crossbank.
I didn't know if the crossbank for the angle to get to the 10 if the 2 ball be in the way.
People seem to forget. I haven't heard of anybody yet getting 3 foul. 3 foul is in effect in this tournament.
Yeah. There was one game I was gonna go for it again. That was a really good shot.
It was. I don't know if that passes. It looks like from where I'm sitting, it does pass. Thing is,
he could always just clip it and send the cue ball down to the end rail down here if it doesn't.
Yeah, but then that puts a 2 out there in front of the pocket, and Todd's a good jumper.
Yeah, I'm just saying if it didn't pass.
Yeah.
But it passed, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I only had one opportunity yesterday to go for a 3 foul, and it was against Benji. And I was waiting to be able to put him on 2. I already had a plan and everything worked out, and then he ended up jump kicking. I don't remember what it was. He did something Benji-esque where he just got out of got out of trouble. It's like, damn it,
Yeah.
come on, man, that was my opportunity, and he just figured a way out of it. I didn't even get to
You
get
know,
him on two.
I'm noticing something with Pancho here. He's had a number of shots where he's just like slightly overcutting, where it's catching the outside point and falling in still. But because of that, it's putting him at weird angles like this one.
Well, like I was saying a little bit ago, one thing I've noticed is something's changed with his stroke in this match compared to like how he was stroking the ball in the last match against Nick and how he normally strokes the ball.
Dude,
And I
that
don't
could be
know.
big
That's
right
why I was saying
there.
I know it's not a pressure thing with Pancho. You know, we've played enough pool with Pancho. I don't think
Yeah.
that's the issue. I think it's more of the table control and everything else that's probably getting him a little more frustrated. So he's struggling because of that. And it's, you know how the struggle is real when you start struggling and it just kind of starts compounding.
Oh, that was a good bump on the 10 there. Clear it out of the way. But everything is out in the open. So 5 to the 6 to the 7 are going to be the problems Todd needs to really focus on here.
Honestly, I think this is just the shot right here. This one big stroke shot
Yep.
to get to the 6. If he gets good to the 6, he's got everything else, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with Pancho. Once he made that 2 ball, I figured, oh, he's in good shape. But then he got funny. So.
Oh, he tried to play safe. He knew the opportunity. He knew how tough it was to get shape to the 6. You know, Pancho might fire at this, but I feel like his route is tough to the 6. He might just be smart to just bank the 5 up here, put the cue ball on the 10.
Yeah, or he can even put the cue ball right here behind the 7-9. Oh, that's oh, he's married to it too. So, hey Josh, just sit tight for a second. I don't think it's going to change anything on your end. I'm just going to refresh mine to try to change the color.
Okay. Yeah, this might be it. I mean, that was a really smart shot by Pancho, and I'll tell you, 99% of the time, I would say, you know, I'm confident Pancho's going to get out here. But as we've seen, Pancho struggled a little bit in this match, even with open tables like this. So it's nothing, you know, it's definitely not guaranteed.
Yeah, see, and this is weird that he's playing an angle to come over to this side.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily came over here too and just have a natural angle out this way.
Yeah.
So now, he's got to pull it. Yeah, he can go forward 2 rails out, or he has to come backwards 2 rails.
See, and I if he's coming, I mean, I don't think he should come backwards. He's too close to that rail. He's gonna have to jack up and everything. I think he's got to go forward like that. But now he's funny. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just come over here and then it was natural to come this direction.
Yeah, and he had a big window for error, big margin.
That's part of, I think, he's some of that frustration, and he's probably just not really evaluating the table as well as he should be.
Yeah, see, so now he's got to worry about the path of the cue ball, whether it goes in there and back out clean, or if he's going to bump the 8, in which case he'd have to worry about how they're going to lay out.
Oh, that was really
and
good.
you can do it, and you can do it perfectly too. So
yeah. Just going back to like that 6 ball, just, you know, so people understand the importance of your line of shape. You know, when he put himself over here and had to come this direction, you know, line of shape was in here and he's coming across it.
Yes.
Where if he was on the other side, you know, that line of shape for the 7s here, you know, he's coming this direction. He's coming into the line of shape. It's such a wider margin for error, but it doesn't matter. He found a way out of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to sign off right now, but I won't shut the stream off for a minute or two, give you a chance.
All right. So Pancho gets the win, 5-3. It was a pretty tough fought match by Todd. There was a few mistakes in there both these guys made that were uncharacteristic. But, you know, that's what happens in these kind of matches. You see players that make mistakes that they don't normally make, but in a match like this where there's, you know, whether there's nerves, frustration, whatever, that's what tournament pool do to you. So stick around on EvoSports. This stream will be shut off shortly. The finals will be starting up very soon, and it's going to be essentially the two highest rated players in town. PANCHO, which is Francisco Silva. I believe he's like a 658, 659 Fargo. He'll have to pull the double dip off against Sonny Red Thunder, who is in the 640s,